Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to the first episode of the Legal Platform. My name is Sani Saad Bunza. I am a legal practitioner based in Abuja, and I've received a lot of messages and calls in respect of this platform, and I believe it is time for us to start our weekly programs. In essence, or in summary, the Legal Platform is an online and in the future a physical talk show program that is aimed at enlightening the Nigerian public about the laws in Nigeria. Statistically, we will not be wrong to say that the common man on the street have little or no access to the contents of the laws that have been passed by the National Assembly, the State House of Assembly, as well as the Local Government Council. So this platform is aimed at enlightening the Nigerian public about the laws in the country and about the legal institutions that have been established by these laws. These institutions are the ministries, departments, and agencies of government. Now, in Nigeria specifically, there is this erroneous belief that the 1999 Constitution is the only law governing the affairs of the Nigerian state, which is obviously not true, because we have a handout of laws, a basket of laws that have been codified in the laws of the Federation of Nigeria that guides different aspects of laws in this country, different aspects of society. And these laws can be passed by the National Assembly at the federal level, the state houses of assembly at the respective states level, and the local government council at the local government level. Each of these branch of government or tier of government can make laws for the administration or governance of that government at the respective level. So we have a whole lot of laws. And these laws that have been passed by the legislature or the National Assembly cut across several facets of the society. We have the education sector, we have the maritime sector, we have the oil and gas sector, we have the business sector, we have the agricultural sector, we have the aviation sector, we have the transportation sector, we have the health sector, we have the medical sector. All of these sectors have laws. All of them have laws that guides the affairs of that particular sector. A good example of these laws is, do you know that the Ahmadu Bello University, ABU Zaria, was established by the act of the National Assembly? It was established by an act of the National Assembly. Likewise, majority of the federal universities in Nigeria are established by an act of the National Assembly. Are you talking about Usman Danfodio University, which was established by the Usman Danfodio University Act, or the Bayero University Kano, which is established by the Bayero University Kano Act? A lot of other laws that we have not even laid our hands on. Is the university, and at the state level, there are laws as well that establish these institutions. If you're talking about the Sokoto State University, it has the Sokoto State University law that established that institution. Are you talking about the Niger State? A lot of state universities, the State House of Assembly passed the bills into laws, and they came into being. Also, in the agricultural sector, there are a lot of laws that govern the agricultural sector. So, in essence, the 1999 Constitution is not the only law governing the affairs of Nigeria. There are a lot of laws in Nigeria that we as citizens need to lay our hands on. Now, this platform as well, aside from enlightening the public about the laws in the country, we will go the extra mile in also enlightening the public about the institutional frameworks in this country. Because all the institutions, is it the NACA, SACA, a lot of agencies of the federal government have laws that establish them. All the ministries of the federal government have laws that establish them. All the agencies of the federal government also have laws that establish them. Mention one institution today in Nigeria, and I'll give you the law that established that particular institution. Are you talking about the Corporate Affairs Commission, which was established by the Companies and Allied Matters Act? A lot of institutions that have been established by laws. A lot of ministries, departments, and agencies of government that have been established by the laws of the National Assembly. Also, the State House of Assembly also have responsibilities to as well establish ministries they think can function within the confines of the state and make the state safe, productive, and be able to sustain itself. Now, also, what this platform will be doing as we go on will include having interaction with different resource persons from these department, agencies, and ministries of the federal government. A good example of what we'll be doing is, for example, take arrest. Arrest as a process. How should the Nigerian police arrest a citizen that has violated or is believed to have violated the law of the law of the states? Will the police officers just come and carry him, or there are laid down rules and regulations in the Police Act as well as other regulations in the Nigerian police that lays down procedures of how arrests should be conducted? Talk about taxes. Who is eligible to pay tax? Who is eligible to pay a tax by virtue of the Federal Inland Revenue Act? Who is exempted from paying tax? And who from time to time can the National Assembly exempt from paying tax? And on what goods can the federal government lay heavy tax or remove taxes? So these and many more are what this platform will be doing, enlightening the public about these issues. Of recent, there has been scam in the investment sector, talking about the Security and Exchange Commission. The Security and Exchange Commission is in charge of administration or regulation of the securities and investment. And of recent, there has been a lot of scams. You will see people telling you, okay, come and invest 20 naira and I'll give you 20 billion in the next 3 days. Who does that? Now, as citizens, what do you know the laws governing investment in Nigeria? Have you been enlightened to the extent to know that if there are several publications by the Security and Exchange Commission on their website to the effect that whoever engages in these scandalous and Ponzi schemes and he is duped, he cannot be, there are no remedies for him because he has been warned beforehand that he should not involve in such Ponzi scheme. So now, what remedy is left for an ordinary citizen that is not aware of this? So these are some of the things we'll be doing, and we'll be enlightening the public about these issues. And as time goes on, we will as well invite resource persons from the Security and Exchange Commission to enlighten us about who, how, and where can an ordinary citizen make investments. So these and many issues are what we are going to be discussing. In essence, enlightening the general public about the existing laws in Nigeria that have been codified in the laws of the Federation 2004. Also, this platform will as well be having interactive session with public affairs analysts on legal issues happening in the country. Of recent, something very, very, very interesting happened in Zamfara State. Currently, the current governor of Zamfara State is an APC member, card carrying member, while the deputy governor is a PDP card carrying member because the governor defected from PDP to APC as of last 2 weeks. What is the legal implication of this kind of situation? Having two separate parties ruling a state. What is the position of the law? Can the State House of Assembly move for the impeachment of the current governor? So these and many issues are what we are going to be enlightening the public about. Also, the recent arrest of Nnamdi Kanu and the raid on Sunday Igboho's residence springs question as who has the power of arrest. At what time can the security agencies arrest a citizen? What right does that citizen have when he's about to be arrested? These are many issues, other legal issues and legal happenings in the countries are what we are going to be discussing. Furthermore, this platform will be an avenue where, as time goes on, we'll be having interactive session on debates, trivia questions, as well as general interactive sessions where we will invite legal practitioners to enlighten the public more on the procedures of the law. A lot of people believe that only lawyers can go into the court. No. The honest truth is the court is a public space. Unless there are restrictions provided by law or by circumstance, just like the COVID-19 situation, every citizen have the right to go into a courtroom, sit down, listen to the judge, and after the business of the court, he can go home. There is no law in Nigeria that said only lawyers can enter the court room and sit, attend to matters. Public citizens, ordinary citizens on the street, have also that right to go into the courtroom, sit down, listen to what is happening. However, different courts have different procedures. Some courtrooms are not as big as you can think of. Some courtrooms are just probably, let's say, 7 rows. And maybe on a day, that courtroom might be filled up. So ordinary citizens might not have access due to the large number of lawyers that might be present that day in court. But on a general level, and as a general rule, every citizen in Nigeria have the right to go into the courtroom, sit down and listen to the judicial process. Furthermore, and in addition, this platform will also carry you through the legislative process in Nigeria. How is a law passed in Nigeria? And I think it is timely if we give a brief, a little difference about, we have three tiers of three arms of government: the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive. Likewise, we have 3 tiers of government, which are the federal government, the state government, and the local government. Each of these 3 tiers of government have powers to make law, just like I've mentioned earlier on. Now, if a bill is introduced in the National Assembly, if it is passed by both the House of Representatives, the Green Chambers and the Red Chambers, that is the National Assembly, it becomes an act of the National Assembly. An act of the National Assembly. By implication, all laws passed by the National Assembly are called acts. A-C-T-S, acts. Now, we also have the State Houses of Assembly. State Houses of Assembly also have that replica of power of the National Assembly at the state level to pass laws that will what? That will help in providing safety, security, economic sustainability, economic development, societal value upgrade, and a whole lot of other issues in that state. Take, for example, my state, Kebbi State. The state House of Assembly have the right to pass laws, because any bill introduced at the state level, if it is passed, it is called a law generally, not an act, just like that of the National Assembly. At the National Assembly, it is act, but at the state level, it is called a law. While at the local government council level, it is called a bylaw. Now, if you observe, the just crisis of Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, the dethroned Emir of Kano State, if you follow the story carefully, you will know that the Kano State House of Assembly passed a law that divided the Kano Emirate into different sub-emirates. Now, that particular law reduced the power of SLS, and a lot of other issues happened. But in essence, what we're trying to say is the state House of Assembly, have the right to pass laws for the betterment of the citizens of that state. For example, the North is bedeviled with banditry. The state House of Assembly of the northern states, each of the northern states can come up and say, okay, by virtue of we are going to pass a bill into law to the effect that all banditry activities are criminal activities, and this is the punishment for that said offense. The state House of Assembly have that power to do that. The state House of Assembly have powers to create a lot of programs and pass them into law. So I think this platform will bring a whole lot of spice into the Nigerian social media space. While you surf your internet, you can also have access to some of these issues happening and the true position of the law as regards these issues. And as time goes on, just like we said, we'll be bringing in questions and answer sessions, debates about legal issues that are happening in the country. And also our message session is open. Our message session is open for questions, answers, questions you can ask, and inquiries you can make. You can just message us. You can just message us through that platform. Okay, so let's see who we have. Some people that are online. Thank you for joining this platform. As time goes on, by the grace of God Almighty, this country will be great, and all of us will have access to the preliminaries of the laws in Nigeria. Thank you for keeping time with us, and as time goes on, we'll be scheduling events like this to keep you abreast of the laws in this country, what they say, the sanctions, the limitations, the rights you have, as well as a whole lot of other issues. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.